The one element of Fatal Flower that we never found was the script. So the first task for our committee of Sherlocks was to figure out the story from the footage.
I think a lip reader would be interesting, just to have some idea of what is actually being said. But if anything...
But they knew it was
anything
silent.
that approximates what they might actually have said during the scene,
But
I
see,
think could only be helpful.
They knew it was silent, so they could have been saying anything. They weren't necessarily reading from a script. They were just making conversation.
You think so?
Oh, yeah.
Well, if they're relying, though, on their facial expressions, it's very hard to show.
That's what they'd key in on, is the facial expressions.
But it's hard to get the expression without saying the words that prompt the expression.
I doubt very much whether Dorothea Mitchell would have written down dialogue as to you say this, then you say that, and so on.
But what I'm saying is that the actors on camera said something, whether she wrote it as script or not.
Yeah.
They might have improv the dialogue.
It may not have had anything to do with the scene.
Really?
I don't think so.
As
actors, they would have ad-libbed it, or they would have had a script. They would have been in character, one way or the other. They would have been in character.
It would take an inordinately good actor
you
to not say lines that had something to do with the situation.
You can't act, even in a silent movie. You can't act without being the character, one way or the other.
Even just a little bit.
In the end, there was no lip reader. We relied on educated guesses and help wherever we could find it.
Hi, Danny Johnson.
Danny's going to do the music.
They brought that in for the movie because it wasn't a local car.
It's 1929. It's a new car.
Mine was 27, and I had the first convertible Cabriolet in town. I knew her personally.
You did?
Yeah.
What was her name?
Margaret Arthur. The middle window's my dad's office.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's great.
There's the pagoda.
Yeah.
Right.
But you don't really know the story, do you?
Well, that's what we have to make up.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah.
I think that's Wally Macumber. Do you think?
That's who it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ah.
That's who it is.
He plays the goof in A Race for Ties.
Uh-huh.
Any idea where that is? This
This bar. Scene? Oh yeah, this beer parlor.
That'd be in the Mariachi, I think, if it was all cobbled. It's certainly somebody playing the part of the chief, because it isn't either one of the chiefs in Port Arthur or Fort William. I know that. It's Chief Taylor in Port Arthur and Chief Dodds in Fort William.
Okay.
And 29, 30.
I don't remember who the chief was 5 years ago.
You would if you were in front of him several times.
Well, I hope that wasn't you.
My foot was pretty heavy when I was a kid.
Oh.